Well, hello and welcome to Caring for the Ministry Leader's Soul. This is your fearless leader, Professor Jefferson. And I wanted to do a quick video to give some context from the article that you read this week about War and Peace and about Tullian. I know a little bit more than the normal person because my wife grew up at Coral Ridge. She grew up with D. James Kennedy in the pulpit. And we still have friends that go to Coral Ridge, or at least some of them did. They left when Tullian kind of blew the place up. So you only heard one side of that. Tullian did not handle that very well, and there was a lot of fallout that probably didn't need to happen. But that's not what I want to focus on. Some of you are familiar with Tullian, some of you aren't. He's Billy Graham's grandson. And a couple of years ago, we were in Coral Ridge. We went to Coral Ridge, and I heard Tullian preach, and I've read his books and listened to his sermons, and just so incredibly grateful for his ministry. And a couple of weeks later, he resigned. It turns out he had gone on a mission trip. His wife had committed adultery on him, and he came back, and he got her back. He committed adultery on her, and resigned from Coral Ridge, and then went to another church to heal, and found another woman there and committed adultery with her. So with all of that to say, listen, I'm not standing here with a rock ready to throw it at Tullian, right? We need to look at when things like that happen. I've been in ministry for 25 years. It breaks my heart. And the first thing that you have to say when you look in the mirror is, that could happen to me. Because the second you say, I could never do that, you are in dangerous territory. Of course you could do that. You are a fallen, sinful human. Okay, so I just want to really encourage you guys, because more and more I'm seeing with younger students, and I know we have some students my age and older in this class, but with younger students, they look at people like Stephen Furtick and Mark Driscoll and Matt Chandler and Tullian and all these people, and you look at them and you're like, I want to be that. You don't say it out loud, but you do. You want to be famous. You want to speak on the pulpit. You want to speak at Catalyst. You want to, where's that coming from? I remember a wonderful story by John Ortberg who said that he went and he mowed this lady's lawn across the street from the church. And no one ever said anything about it. Well, he never told anybody about it. But he said he was so sick that his heart wanted it. He wanted somebody to say something so bad, because then he could say, well, I did that. And no one ever did. Then someone else took credit for it. And he was like going crazy. And he just said it just showed his heart. And it does. So I'm kind of rambling, but just as we read these things, let's not put people on pedestals. Let's put Jesus on a pedestal. That's it. Nobody else. No one else. Okay? Even the person that led me to the Lord, last time I know, he worked at Home Depot because he committed adultery on his wife and had to resign his position. It can happen, and it happens because you're not taking care of your soul. So let's learn from this class and from each other. Onward and upwards.